Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. We are coming across some interesting expressions lately that's related to your mental state of being and how you pluck up your courage, or you get energized, or you get calmed down. So 气定神闲 yesterday is about that state of being that's super composed. You're definitely not losing it. So that's 气定神闲. And today we have 神清气爽. Again, 神 paired with 气 and plug in the state description. One is 清, one is 爽. Actually, Chinese can pair 神气 together. Means somebody who has this, it's called a hubris, like who is thinking too high of themselves, and they have this air, this vibe around them that kind of nose up, very snobbish. So that's 神气. And we also have 清爽. 清爽paired together as something super clean and also not dusty. It's fresh. It's I guess fresh is the best word for 清爽. So now we have 神清气爽. This pairing. Let's go one by one. So Shen, again, it came from this divine reading. This is the divine decoder's podium. And then the left side is the lightning. So lightning symbol as a signal sending from the heaven, right? So the divine decoder's job is to read into the signs from the lightning and tell people what to do. So that divinity, from this communication with the divinity, to using that communication with divinity to imply the divinity itself, the divine, the heavenly, whatever the superpower out there. So we use that as a shen, something superhuman, beyond human. And then we also use that to come down to the receiving end of the message, which is our mind, our internal divinity in here, in each individual one of us, humans. Now we also have this little, fire of divinity inside, and that we can view it as consciousness or attention. Attention is one way to kind of directionally orient your consciousness, right? So that's attention. So I translated here as attention. Shen. So basically it's your state of mind, right? Where your tension is. We use qing to describe shen because qing, it has this water symbol, and the right side is the color blue. Blue-greenish. Okay, so ancient Chinese doesn't distinguish blue from green. Both colors are merged or are used to describe both the mountains and the water, the rivers. We saw that in ancient paintings, the same palette, color palette, because Chinese eyes back then doesn't distinguish this is tree, this is green, right? As contemporary color theory classified. So that's green color, that's tree, that's Earth Day color, and then the blue, that's the ocean, that's the water. So there is this separation of green from blue. Ancient Chinese, that's character qing. It means the color of life. The reason why it's life is because this trident thing is a plant. First horizontal line is the ground level. Second horizontal line is the indicator to mean that plant still is rooted under the ground. That means it's still alive. So we use that plant to mean something living being, something in nature that's living. And then the bottom is kind of looking like this, with two horizontal lines with one dot in it, right? This bottom is Chinese ancient mining practice. So mining means dig a hole in the earth, right? And so this frame, almost like a box kind of frame, it's this opening, kind of a human construction to keep it opening, right? So this is the mining entrance, and then the dot in the middle signifies there are some things in the minerals from the earth. So this mining practice eventually used to mean minerals taken from underground. And this minerals a lot of times used as the color palette. Originally, this character used mineral means a specific color of red. So I guess back then in a certain region, the color red mostly were dug out from underground. So that's why it became color red representation. Now this mineral that's using as a color palette, now paired with life symbol, that means the color of life. Gosh, it sounds so highbrow. Color of life is the Chinese definition of kind of a bluish, greenish color, because both water and the tree, the plants, they are, they're life color. So that's appropriate. When the water shows life color, that is its original lively color, that's unpolluted, still full of life. That's the color we regard as the clear water color. So imagine this is kind of water depicting the waters channeling, like a flowing through the river, right? When we can see the river still in that bluish, greenish color, that's when we know the water is clear, right? Otherwise, if it got murky, it got dusty, even sandy, then the color will change. That's not clear anymore. That's muddied color. So this is the way Chinese to define. This is green, blue-ish water color means the water is clear. So when we use that clear instead of on water, onto the mind itself, that means clear-minded. You have clarity. Your attention is clear, it's open. Kind of like that, right? Okay, qi, again, 3 strokes to imitate or to depict the air flowing. And because the air in ancient times mostly is about our breathing, we are the air producer. We breathe in, we breathe out. And maybe other things in ancient times, society also produce air, but I see probably that's the most commonly encountered in human everyday living. So this air, in contemporary Chinese, this is generic air. It's something like the air quality, we would use this air. We use 空气, means that there's nothing there, and in this gas form. So I guess gas is more like hot air, right? Elevated, going upward. This is in contemporary, we don't distinguish this qi. We use this qi as generic, but in ancient Chinese, because most of the air flowing, besides the wind, right? That's the nature's air, that's more massive air. If it goes like this, it's most likely from human breathing. So this air symbol related to human breathing. 爽, okay. We don't get to see a lot of crosses in Chinese. A few episodes ago, when we see cross, that means somebody got killed. The whole head got crossed out. That means it's gone. Then this, I don't see it as somebody killed the 4 person over there. According to scholars, this cross symbol actually doesn't mean kill in here. It means sparkles or super simplification of fire. So somebody is carrying 4 fire sources under the armpit. So this is a person, right? 2 leg standing person. And this horizontal line is the arm reaching out. And then underneath the armpit, 4 fires are carried. So I guess you can imagine it as cave explorer or night walker who need lighting. So before you have flashlight back then, right? You have to use some sort of, I guess, fire torch thing. That's still kind of contained, but it's a little bit dangerous, right? So torch, and you carry it, and probably because your hands are still, it could be handheld. It doesn't necessarily mean armpit, because that's kind of awkward, right? Who holds torches under armpits? Okay, anyways, this is somebody with a lot of fire. So that means that person is super well illuminated, the surroundings of that person is going to be bright. So 爽 originally came from this well-lit space that brought in by this person carrying multiple torches. Okay, so what do you mean? Breath, bright. Clear-minded, you can explain it, right? Or clear attention or intention, I guess. I didn't translate it well. I guess it's minded probably is better. 神清, attention is clear, or the mind is clear. Okay, I guess that's exchangeable. But what do you mean 气爽? Like why can breath having a color of bright, or even like a lumen quantity of that, like a 4 torches level of brightness of breath? That, in my understanding, is breath here means, okay, we're going to do something exciting. And this bright symbol, besides it's well illuminated, it means more energy. Your breathing is going to be more energetic. You are also breathing in that energy, even if it's in the light dimension. It's not in heat or humidity. It basically has nothing to do with your breathing, right? But when you see a lot of bright lit space, don't you feel you're somewhat more energetic when the space is well lit, right? There's studies on that. So I guess 气爽 here means now the energy level is high because it's bright, because the energy level here bring by this 4 torches person is bright. Therefore, your breathing, you're going to match up to the energy of your surrounding. Therefore, you get this 气 become 爽. Okay, 神清气爽. I try to use one English word to capture the Chinese sense of what is 神清气爽. So represented by this picture, super bright, right? In a flower, super bloom season of a yellow flower field is a high temperature flower. Is it called a high temperature? It's a super bright flower with yellow shoes, right? To further enforce that brightness, that color of energy, the color of uplifted color. Like, you know, we use blue to mean it's melancholy, it's sad, right? We use yellow to mean it's bright, it's optimistic, things are going well, you're super happy state of being. So I use this to, I think it's pretty close to 神清气爽. This is how you would feel if you're outdoor in such a flower field in the spring. This is how you will feel. Your mind is clear and you can breathe energetically. It's not down going, it's uplifting. The energy is going up because it's bright, it's a high vibrancy, right? So this I translate as a life. There you go. 神清气爽. Cash into the currency of thinking about one word a day with Sophie. See you another.